What's up, YouTube? I'm HOU, and this is Game Talk. For today's game, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Houston Rockets. I really wanted to watch this game to see if the Jazz could bounce back after getting blown out by the Rockets last game. And they did come back in a huge way. But before I get into my thoughts on the game, let's talk about the numbers. Final score of the game was 116 to 108 with Utah taking the win. For the Jazz, Joe Ingles had 27 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Donovan Mitchell had 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 11 assists. And Rudy Gobert had 15 points and 14 rebounds. As a team, the Jazz shot 51% overall, 46% from behind the three-point line, and 60% from the free throw line. Moving on to the Rockets, James Harden had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists. Chris Paul had 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Clint Capella had 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. As a team, the Rockets shot 40% overall, 27% from behind the three-point line, and 81% from the free throw line. Alright, so now I want to jump into my thoughts on the game, starting with the Jazz. And the first thing I noticed for the Jazz is that they did a much better job establishing themselves in the paint this game. They were actually able to find their bigs down there for cutting dunks and easy alley-oops. Not only that, but they were able to get some good penetration from their guards, which led to some easy opportunities outside. And they did a great job taking advantage of those opportunities as they made 15 three-pointers last night. I don't know how sustainable that is because I'm sure next game Houston will stop rotating so much off the corner. But if they can keep putting up anywhere near that kind of production, then we got ourselves a series. Moving on though, something I think the Jazz needed to do better was take care of the ball. They had 17 turnovers, and the majority of the time that'll lose you a game against the Rockets. I will say that the Jazz did do a great job in transition, stopping these turnovers from becoming Rockets points. Something else Utah needs to do better is rotate over to Capella when one of Houston's guards is driving into the lane. They gave up way too many easy points because nobody was helping over. Outside of that though, I'd say Utah's defense was really good this game, limiting the Rockets to 10 threes and shutting down their bench. Speaking of benches, Utah's bench was pretty amazing this game. Jay Crowder and Alec Burks were both double-digit scorers and helped impact the game a ton. Also, Dante Exum came in and hit a couple big threes and also played some very tough defense on Harden. They're going to need that kind of continued play from them if they want any shot at this series. So those are my thoughts on the Jazz. Now moving on to Houston. And the first thing I want to say about Houston is that they need to defend the three-point line way better. Like I said earlier, they were definitely helping over to the paint too much and leaving some good shooters completely wide open. Joe Ingles, for example, shot 7 of 9 from 3, and I'm not sure how many of those were actually contested. I think because they let the Jazz establish a tone in the paint early this game, it opened up the rest of the floor for them. Something positive I'll say for the Rockets though is that they did a great job getting to the line. The Jazz actually had an early 19-point lead, and Houston was able to draw some fouls and get back into the game because of it. They also got Donovan Mitchell in foul trouble, which helped their chances a lot. Something else that I liked from Houston was that they did a great job getting those mismatches at the three-point line and taking advantage for easy buckets. They're going to need to do that often against the Jazz, who are a very good defensive team. A problem I have with Houston though is that they need to get out and run in transition. Like I said earlier, the Jazz had 17 turnovers, but I'm not sure Houston scored a fast break point until the second half. Especially when Utah goes big and can't get down the floor as quickly, Houston needs to push the ball. Something else I want to mention for the Rockets is that they need a lot more production from their bench. Outside of Eric Gordon, I don't think anybody really contributed. And with James Harden being in a bit of foul trouble, I think somebody really needed to step up outside of Eric Gordon. It was probably just an off night, but we'll see how they come out next game. But those are all my thoughts on this game. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it. If you enjoy NBA videos, go ahead and subscribe to this NBA channel. I'll see you guys next time.